it's really important to support the veterans. The things that the veterans here have done over their lives, putting their lives on the line to make America free and work for our rights and privileges that we have is very important, and it's an honor to be able to help out those here at Dayton Honor Flight.
I joined the military just out of high school. I had a brother that was stationed on an aircraft carrier at the time, and at that time I'd say the draft was very heavy at that time. I entered in 1967, and the reason I joined was to avoid the draft, the Army, to go to the Navy, which I had to serve 4 years instead of 2, but that didn't bother me any. So after going in, I went to basic training, and I requested brother duty out of basic training. At that time, then they sent me to the same ship my brother was on at that time, which he was on the USS Kearsarge, which was headed over to Vietnam at the time. After basic training, I flew to San Francisco, then into Hawaii, then flew over to the Philippines and waited for the ship to come in port. When it came into port, then I boarded the ship, and the ship had already made one cruise online in Vietnam, and so the ship was in for about 5 or 6 days, and then we headed out and went back online, and usually it was online for 25 days. And after 25 days, then we would head into a port, refuel, take on supplies, which was usually about 5 days. And after 5 days, then we would head back out and go back out online. Yes, I do. I recommend joining the military. It is it's a period of time in a young person's life where they really grow up and to learn responsibility. And so I think it's very important that young people consider the military. While I was in the military, I went into data processing, computer and data key punch operating, which I had taken typing in high school, and so I was able to pick up speed on key punch and be able to key punch, which gave me a good job on the ship. Shortly after I'd got on the ship, they were looking for someone to stand the helm, and I took a helmsman test and passed the test, then got a secret clearance and spent all my time up on the I'd spend time up on the bridge steering the aircraft carrier, which was a watch. So we would that's how I stood all my watches on the ship. They would call down and call me up to the helm, and I'd stand on the helm for 4 hours, and that's how my watch was stood.
I went in the military because my dad had been in the service in the South Pacific in World War II, and it was just back in that era, in the 60s, it was a thing to do. I joined the Marine Corps because I wanted to be what I thought was the best. I think the military taught me a lot, even though, I was in a rifle company. It teaches you so many other things that has boded me well over the last 50 years, discipline and structure and organization and things like that. I think it's an experience that you hate at the time, but you learn to love more the older you get. I would think that every young man would do well to be in some branch of the service. Not the Marine Corps or a rifle company, that kind of thing. Maybe it's not for everybody, but there's so much to be gained by learning the structure and discipline. And if you learn an occupation, you can only be better for it.
I got drafted into the Army, and it was during Vietnam, and so I had to go, and proud of it now. You learn a lot of discipline in the military. You learn to take care of stuff, and you learn about what it is to help take care of the country, and you find out just many things that you have to do. You got to be physically fit, and you've got to be mentally alert in order to succeed. Especially as just when you was in a war zone, you know, you had to use what you were taught in the military to survive. I think every young person should serve in the military because it will make you grow up. You learn a lot when you go away from home, and the stuff they teach you there, it just makes you grow up and be a better person.
I joined the military because I love my country, and at the time I joined it, it was a bad time because we were in the war with Vietnam. Wow. I was able to help design some testing units for what they call oxygen converters. I did that, and I was able to go to school for arming the atomic weapons. I recommend it because we have to protect our country, and we need good people to do it, and there's no longer drafts, so that's how we get the best people, because they wanted to join.